Well, evening, fellow zombies. It's 10:29 p.m. It is still the 12th of February 2023, Sunday night. Yeah, I understand. Well, Weaver John Z. Risman, California. Dare degree with name John Weaver, which would be me. I understand that the Chiefs, by a 3-point lead, won the Super Bowl game over the Phillies. Philadelphia, yeah, the Philly Eagles. Yeah. So the Chiefs are going to be the Chief fans are going to be celebrating like crazy tomorrow. If not tonight, like crazy. I've been doing some research earlier today concerning about if there was any YouTube channels out there regarding grief, and yeah, there is a lot of professionals out there who have channels regarding how to handle it, how to identify it, and try to be positive about it, I guess. A very few of them I actually came across who are actually doing the amateur, such as mine. As I said before, and I kept trying to say it to other people, look, I am doing it on my own. I'm doing it about myself. And if people take something from this, fine. That's cool. And this is necessary and needed because I need to do this. I need to keep talking about it, get it off my chest. Some people may think it's obsessive, compulsive, a bit whiner baby. Not necessarily, I would think, because for me, dealing with my own grief and dealing with the pain I've been dealing with for a hell of a long while, all my life, I just never realized it until I've actually discovered that the moleskin got off. So now I still have to deal with the realities of it and go through the process, and afterwards, maybe there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe I'll be feeling a hell of a lot better and less triggered. But the thing of it is, I know about my triggers, and anything, as I said before, regarding the triggers, or anything related, or remotely related to the damn triggers, are nailing my butt left and right. And it could be either a fictional media or it could be real life. Doesn't matter what. Because they will trigger me. I'm that conditioned for it. There had been therapy sessions I heard. It cost a hell of a lot of money that I don't have. About how to cope and get used to it. Make you less sensitive towards it. It's one thing if I'm going to be doing something concerning about needles. I already got enough issues with that as it is. I don't like hypodermic syringes going in my damn arm, regardless of whatever kind of condition I'm in, either alive or unconscious. Dead, I don't mind. If they stab me to death, because I won't be able to feel it. But if I'm still alive one way or another, and I'm going to feel the damn thing, shit. So that's why I never like blood work, and I definitely don't like injections. But I need the injections basically for the immunizations these days, and I need the damn blood work to see what the hell is going on in my blood. And if the body is still actually deteriorating as expected. Probably say that with a joke at this point over here, but it's not that easy to deal with. People consider needle sticks a minor inconvenience, an irritation. Well, uh, to a psych evaluation of me, if it was growing up from a kid all the way through now, you'll still run into the same situation where they kept calling it white lab coat syndrome, and I kept telling them it's PTSD. With everything else associated to the damn thing, it's still PTSD. And I remember talking about this on earlier videos that I had to argue with a PhD and I had to argue with a behavioral therapist concerning about what was considered white lab coat syndrome versus the PTSD I suffered. And when I talked to them about the difference of what I was suffering through, they finally agreed. They had this thing stuck in their head. Every time they kept saying the blood pressure going skyrocketing, they go nuts over the damn thing. Yeah, well, I had to tell them, I had to train them. And you're wondering, how did I get off? Because I was talking about grieving and mourning. This is the Diary of the Griever named John Weaver. So how's that dealing with things? Well, you probably missed it anyway. So I'll have to say it one more time. There is there is something about grieving and mourning. We're all told as a younger age, as growing up, I was, that we had to be a man. Boys had to grow up to be men. Men are supposed to deal with the pain. We're supposed to be superhuman, basically. And if we didn't, we'd have to deal with our mothers. My mother was controlling, a bit authoritative, but she was caring enough anyway. But she still didn't quite understand getting stabbed so many damn times and also having staples ripped off your chest. One could get a different attitude towards how these guys are, and it's still upsetting of having that much pain happening in my life. It's one thing going through the emotional stuff. Even doctors would still have the problem back then of kids going through emotionals, because kids are kids. Kids will bounce back from everything and anything. A lot of good they'd know. They didn't know very much. I swear they didn't. And basically, you had to be still tough. You had to be, bang your face in a brick wall. Okay, fine, you cry like crazy, but then you're supposed to tough it up because you're a boy. Fall out of a treehouse. Bounce out of a shopping cart into a damn street and break your elbow. Better yet, come out of a damn car accident. You're not supposed to be damaged or scarred. And yet, I'm supposed to be fine coming out of a damn heart surgery at the age of 4 years old. Dying 3 times, coming back to life. Yeah, you think it's going to be a joke at that point? No, no, no. You think I'm telling like a joke? You hadn't walked through my shoes then. But this is the reason why I do my diaries, because I am telling you my shoes, the path I walked on. So, being less sensitive to physical pain is one thing, but the psychological, the emotional, especially when you're dealing with a lifelong life lived with a family member, so close. Sometimes you will have disagreements. You will have a butting of heads, so to speak. We'll have arguments, but still, get older, as I had. I stayed with my mother most of my life. If it makes me a baby, fine. Makes me a mama's boy, I'm proud of it, because I can tell you, as a mama's boy, at least I did something that these other guys didn't do. I took care of my mother, and I'm damn proud of it. But sometimes I think like I did less than I should have, and every time I keep thinking about that and feeling about that, it comes out wrong still, because I know I did the best I could for her. And she probably knows, and maybe that's why she keeps telling me the indications that I'm wrong about it. And so is my brother on some occasions. And I think as I was noticing on the YouTube channels, people are trying to do the professional talk, trying to show how professional they are, not the amateurish, not showing it as they're talking like from me to you somehow, whoever you are listening to this thing. And yeah, and other videos I've cursed and cussed like crazy. I give myself permission on some occasions just to let it go. I said just trying to be professional about it. I said, screw it, I'm an amateur. I'm dealing it as I deal with it. I'm coping with what I'm coping with, and I'm talking about it the way I can talk about it. Nobody else likes it? On them. I don't care. I'm communicating it. So I'm trying to communicate it the best way I can. And even if that means I have to curse and cuss worse than a salty sailor, so be it. Or someone doesn't exactly know the English language very well, or didn't do very well in scholastic studies. Yeah, my attention gets wandering at this point over here because I'm still dealing with the damn bug war. With not enough life in here, these bastards are still walking around over here. So if you happen to see any things crawling around, don't freak. This is still evening, and when I turn off the damn light and going to sleep, yeah, guess what? I get to deal with a reality check. But emotionally, all day I had been beyond a nervous wreck. I had been a mental case, crying my eyeballs out, feeling a damn depression, and not caring about what the hell goes on, including seeing a damn Super Bowl game. That would have been exciting. I understand there was a politician out there that didn't exactly like, or he's trying to make his political bones off of an entertainer, because his entertainer was trying to do the halftime show. Ain't that fun? Fun when I get to deal with ignorant people left and right, one way or another, in one form or another. But how do you get past the pain? How do you get past the trauma? How do you get past it all? And how is there a certain technique that's supposed to handle all this damn stuff? Because quite frankly, I'm 57 years old, and I've gone through about 53 years of it. So if there was a certain technique for me to learn about it, I hadn't heard about it. And if there was, I didn't try it. Even at this late stage in the game. And the thing of it is, I'm not quite sure if I'm still going to be looking for it or towards it or even being appreciative. What drives me crazy concerning about death, some people actually look forward to dying because they don't even enjoy what life is all about. Life is temporary right now. We got to deal with things on life's terms. We got to deal with everything else that we're living with right now. We got to deal with the things we got right now as it is. Despite the fact that we've lost a lot of people that we cared about in our lifetime, including animals, favorite animals. So in that kind of level of grief, of pain, of mourning, we still have to shut it out because we have to put the moleskin on to deal with life and society and everything else. And I keep coming up with different YouTubes and different memes that are counterbalancing each other. It's like a scales are not even balanced at this point over here. Listen to me, don't listen to me, listen to me, listen to me, listen to this. I'm like, back off. I can't deal with this. I'll deal with my way. I'll deal with how I'm thinking. I'm dealing with how I'm feeling. And I know I'm going to get triggered left and right. I'm too damn old for this damn shit. And I'm not going to deal with somebody else's mouth on this one. Despite the fact they may have academia, and they may have medical or job experience regarding it. I'm going by my own personal experience right now as it is, and what I can and can't do at this point. If I can get out, and if I can deal with life, if I can get dealing with everything else out there for long periods of time, maybe. But I tell you, the long periods of time since dealing with death and then finally being broken and trying to reconstruct myself, some days I'm functioning, and other days I wish to God I was not getting out of bed. Just hide in the dreamscape and just not deal. And that can't be done. As much temptation, as much as I would like or want to do, it's not happening. Quite frankly, it's not working. But going out and getting stuff to gorge a body or pollute the brains one way or another, either by chemical, liquid, food, anything else. Is there an actual acknowledgement that we are dealing with our pain and our grief? You're going to be asking me the same question. Okay, am I having an acknowledgement that I have pain and grief? A lot of times. Do I accept responsibility? Yeah. Do I have accountability? Yeah. Am I transparent about it? Oh, God, yeah. So beyond that, what else? Do I admit that there's someone's fault? No, there's no fault. Except maybe if I could fault the universe at this point over here, and that's not going to work. If things are written in a way that I can't, you know, I can't override, then fine. I have to deal with it. I don't have to like it, I just have to deal with it. Someone's going to say you're a master of your own destiny. Right. We are destined to live a life. Didn't say how long. Didn't say how we're supposed to do it. No frickin' instruction manuals. We're supposed to learn on the job. Every single day is a new thing. If we learn it, fine. If we don't learn it, we have to relearn it again and again until we get the damn lesson right. And by that time, we've already got time passed already. But then again, this is how it works. Am I supposed to be learning how to deal and cope with life and everything else? Yeah. Am I doing it perfectly? Nope. Am I starting from scratch somewhere? Probably already have. So what's my beef? The beef is I wake up every single morning and there's a 50-50 shot of either I've been triggered already without me being realizing it, or going through a few things I'm normally doing these days as a normal routine, I'm getting triggered one way or another, either by choice or by algorithm. Yeah, you notice I'm getting a little antsy these days because I'm usually messing around with my damn skin left and right. Anxiety. A way to cope, way to function, a way to find something fault with me. And therefore I have to pick on it. My eyes are constantly being fed information about bug war I've got going on. Bugs I got to deal with. I'm not liking it. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Some things in life you just have to do and have to take care of. Especially when it happens to deal with a honker. What? You don't have people talking to you like this all the damn time? Reality check. I've heard people trying to put things on there because people have a short attention span. That's not my fault. I'm talking. If you don't listen, that's fine. If you do listen, that's fine too. If I listen, then I'm in trouble. The thing is, I haven't seen some of my videos, or actually most of my videos, except when I'm editing. And I'm usually just posting them out there and just getting them done and over with because I'm still having a hard time trying to deal and cope with what's going on these days. I get anxiety because I'm worried about what's happening tomorrow and if I'm ready for it. Am I ready to deal with tomorrow in any way, shape, or form? Am I actually ready to deal with the mourning process or grieving on a constant daily basis? Maybe some doctors and therapists and shrinks out there think maybe the old school actually would think that I am not a man enough to deal with this kind of stuff. That I should be strong enough to deal with this damn thing. And yes, some of the posts I keep seeing out there, if it's going to be legitimate or not, if I'm going to take it for face value or not, or just meh, that's about it. They're telling me that I'm supposed to handle it one way or another. I am a man. I'm courageous because I'm broken and I'm picking up the pieces, and it's courageous to pick up the pieces. Okay, I'm courageous and I'm picking up the pieces. Now what? What do I do now? I don't know. What do I do now? Beats the hell out of me. I can't tell you because I'm still struggling with what I'm struggling right now with. I'm not liking what's happening in life. I'm not liking some of the stuff that's happening around me. Either I participate or I don't participate with it. But the thing of it is, I still dealing with my own damn reality and my own damn triggers left and right. You know, the weird part about getting involved in other things that you think, okay, I'm going to be safe at this point. Yeah, to a point. But then the anxiety and the fear comes in, and the idea pops in the head and thinks, well, maybe there's going to be a difference on this one here. What kind of difference? Well, let's see here. Oh, yeah, a little bit of anxiety here. We're just going to throw at you at this point. Let's see. I see you're going to be going through this particular situation over here. What happens if something else kind of throws a monkey in your gears right there? How about that, Sonny Jim? Well, ain't that nice and lovely to think about? Yeah, the train's honking like crazy out there. It's getting close to 11 o'clock. And then it'll be Monday. The countdown continues until next Sunday. And I'm not looking forward to it. Sometime this week I've got a shrink visit, and then I got a physical visit. I'm looking forward more to neither one of them. But things happen, and it's an anniversary, and I need all the encouragement I can get through the damn thing. Except I'm not taking any pills for the damn thing either. I'm not about to do that. No. No pills for this kid. Because there's no pills that can take away the emotional trauma, and there's no sensitivity training out there to actually take away all the damn grief and mourning. Society dictates, other people are dictating, and this thing dictates, and that thing dictates. You must comply. You must be. You can't be broken down. How dare you? Yeah. Even when they try to politely put it into a nice context. But surely you can find something upbeat about this situation over here. You can't just be depressed about it. You still got to look for life. You still got to be joy. You got to be. Ah! Of course, they're not yelling and screaming like that, but the attitude is still there. They'll be denying it left and right. Of course, they call me a killjoy. They say, you're so down about it. Why are you so down about it? Why are you this way? Why are you that way? What's going on with you? How come you're this way? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with me? Oh yeah, the damn choices are in front of my face. Right? Okay, let's see. Let's see. Uh, you throw a lot of interest. You throw a lot of love. You throw a lot of your positive feelings towards people, animals, things. What matters most to you? What makes you feel good? You made investments into something, into someone. And then you're looking for the dividends. Dividends would be the payback at this point. And in my situation, I started off with just me going through the damn process, bass backwards as usual. And then I had to lose people left and right. I kept being told I had to brave it, brave it, brave it, brave it. You can only be numb for so long before something else happens, and then all hell breaks loose. And that's what's been going on with me. I broke. I'm not crying about it, except when I get triggered. I'm not blaming anybody, because what do I blame? People that departed? My mother had no choice. Of course, she may have made a choice a long time ago and just allowed the deterioration to continue on. Her heart was broken so much that besides dying from respiratory failure, I still think it was dying from a broken heart. Even though they never put it on the damn will. Or actually in the death certificate. But I believe her spirit was broken and was ready to go to heaven. My brother, on the other hand, I couldn't explain him in the first place, except maybe he didn't like to deal with the damn strokes he had. Around the time of his birthday, he started getting the strokes right afterwards. The transischemic attacks, they call them, the mini strokes. Well, then afterwards, he's struggling like crazy trying to deal with this shit. Here comes the language. And he had a hell of a lot of stuff that was stressing him out so much. Maybe there was a hell of a lot of fear. Maybe there was something going on. Maybe his mental state of all the crap he had been going through throughout his lifetime caught up with him. There is so many theories I have for that, with no real facts. But the only thing I can honestly know is he was having a hard time breathing. Got the ambulance over here, rushed him over to the hospital, and he wheels into the ER as a meat slab. They may have fought like hell in the ER and just declared him and just left him. Moved on for the next victim. And I couldn't stand it. I couldn't deal with it. And I had to yell at a corpse. I almost came damn close of having security throw my ass out. Maybe I should have. That would give me a chance to work out my anger during that time on them. But then what the hell would I be doing at that point? I'd be dealing with the LA sheriff at that. Trying to find a place for me to calm down or give me a damn sedative. I don't want a fucking sedative. I want my brother alive. Well, he's cremated. He's ashes now. It's been 5 years coming up. Mama has been 10 years. This is the month for her. And it's no wonder I'm going crazy over this one. See, there's no sensitivity training on this. It's all on the job, day by day, survival. I get triggered, but if I don't get triggered, then I don't get triggered. And if I'm doing other things, not focusing on it, that's fine. But how much and how long do I continue to do the damn thing all the time? It would have been nice if I actually focused on life and just living life. I'm dealing with a bug war. That's part of my life right now as it is. I'm not liking it. I'm dealing with it. See, I can't tell people what they should do or not to do concerning about grieving or anything else relating to the damn thing. Because it's individual, it's personal, I feel. And if you're going to be dealing with it in the public, you're going to be dealing with the public. If you're not, then you're not. That's how you're going to feel comfortable about it. I'll tell you, when I first started doing these damn things, I was uncomfortable as hell. I still am. But I seem like I got a handle on these things. Not much. Because I'm also doing audio recordings like crazy, wasting a hell of a lot of flash drives. Simply put, I'm trying to get my memories, my life, my feelings, everything else on record. Somebody's going to hold it against me, fine, be that way. But if I happen to go down, one way or another, if I happen to pass beyond, voluntary or involuntary, at least there's a record of it. There'll be something to leading up to that point. Maybe indications. Maybe I would give them indications whether or not I'm going to be sliding off to the point voluntarily. Involuntarily, I've got no choice over the damn thing because my body and everything else is trying to attack me. Fine. So morally, I'm screwed on that one. But it's the voluntary one that I'm more concerned about because being voluntary means I've made the choice, either consciously or subconsciously, and I made the choice whether or not to do it or not. And I gotta scratch my crick. Damn bug wars. No, what I have to deal with is the choice is made whether or not I'm actually going to do this damn thing or not. It's not if I got the guts to do the damn thing, if I'm going to be brave or something like that with some kind of weird ass mental game going on. No, that's not it. What is it is I make the choice because I've got to a point where nothing else matters. Nothing else, nobody else matters anymore. Where I'm just sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired and sick and tired. I've gotten to the absolute point of saying spiritually, emotionally, and physically, I've had it. I'm checking. Send the valet to my room with a veil, so I may go and check out of the hotel of life. And it has to be the point where I make that decision, where nothing else matters in my life anymore. It's going to come to that. Sometimes that scares the hell out of me, and sometimes it's a little comforting, and that scares me more. When it starts becoming a comforting idea of going through that damn thing, I know there's a red alert in there somewhere. There may come a day where I'm going to be showing as much veneer and facade somehow or another. The reality is going to be kicking in, scaring the living crap out of people. Because then they'll be wondering, where's the lapse? What happened? And he hasn't been notified. He hasn't been talking to people, posting anything. Where is he? And then they'll find a stinking corpse somewhere, somehow. Maybe they'll find a dog alive or not. I don't know. And I may not have been in a position to yell for help or get help. Or if I did, nobody gave a shit. If we're talking about involuntary, there's no way I'm going to be able to control that situation over there. But it's the voluntary one I think people have more concern with. Because either way, did I kill myself voluntarily or involuntarily? Did I will myself subconsciously that I decided I wanted to die and that's it? Nothing else matters. Just shut out all interest, close up the door, windows, everything else. Just not deal, not cope, not function, not. And I'll tell people, leave me the hell alone. Because at that point, if or when it hits, where I'm going to talk maybe one last message, maybe a goodbye message, maybe a last will and testament, something that says, this is the state of action, this is the state of mind, this is what's going on, and this is what I'd want. I don't know if I'd be pointing goodbye, cruel world, or anything else like that. And then that'll be it. Decision to be made, an action chosen. I already done so a long while ago. Just waited for the right moment, and then that's it, the voluntary passage. And in this world, in this realm, it'll take them a long while to figure it out unless they start smelling something. And then they realize it's too late. That's what scares the hell out of me coming up to that damn point. Because quite frankly, at this point in time, right now, it's a little after 11 o'clock right now, and it's still Sunday night. It's like it's about 11:05 right now. At this point, I'm still living. I'm still dealing with a bug war. I still want to sleep. I still want to wake up, and I got to get work done in this place around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not going to have that much rest. But I had to get this off my chest. I had to get this thing out there. Because don't take this out of context. Context is everything. So is perspective. Yeah, there have been times I felt like it. But then again, I got to deal with the guy who made me. I got to confront him. I got to come clean with him of what the hell's going on with me. And I don't have an adequate answer. I don't have any answer for him. If that time comes where I'm saying I'm sick and tired, and I'm going to check out. Because even if I happen to make the conscious choice, that's one thing. But if it's the involuntary one, then I know it's his choice, not mine. But for right now, it could be the involuntary choice, and I made it a long time ago because the decisions made that set me up for the condition. Physical deterioration, not taking care of myself properly with the health, that is also a choice. Choices and consequences, context and perspective. Hell of a thing to think about this evening, isn't it? Nobody gives a flying fuck. Nobody gives a flying fuck anymore. They just want to blame the other schmuck and get on with their own damn lives. Let them. I'm dealing with mine. That's all I can do. Speaking of which, I'm going to bed. Now, if I happen to wake up and do this again, we'll be okay. But if not, we'll see.